Hey there, this is Nate English with another English Endurance Monday Minute. Right now it is December and it's early in a training cycle. Generally most people have kind of come off of their early season break that they would probably take in October or November, and we're starting to get started again, training, building up mileage, building up strength, building up aerobic conditioning, like I talked about in the last video last week. And I wanted to talk about a key idea that I think is maybe obvious, but it's not always, I think, sufficiently appreciated. A lot of times people think about, oh, they're starting their new training year or they're starting a new calendar year, and they think about their goals, they think about New Year's resolutions, and that's great. It's good to know what direction we want to work in, but it doesn't matter how cool our goals are. It doesn't matter how cool your workouts are. I mean, obviously some workouts are better than others, but I think that starting out in the early time of the year, as we start our training year, you want to establish or refine your process and have a really good training routine. No matter how talented you are, no matter how cool your goals are or what you've done in the past, if you want to do well this year, you have to have a process to keep applying consistent pressure on your body to keep getting better. And that comes down to just, every day, every week, what are you doing to keep getting better? Obviously, most of us work and we have time constraints or we have family constraints or what have you, and we aren't able to plan our entire lives around training. That might be fun, but most of us have, we don't have the ability to do that. So for anyone, no matter what your level is, if you're just getting started, just try to establish a routine where, let's say, Tuesdays and Thursdays, you just go out and you run for half an hour or you ride your bike for half an hour. And then on the weekends, maybe you do that. Over time, you do it a little bit longer as you get fitter. Or if you are already pretty fit, just get into a routine where every week, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, you know what you're doing and you don't have to think about it. You don't have to wait on a feeling of inspiration or motivation to get out of bed and get on your bike or go to the gym. You just know that on Tuesdays, you're gonna go do some tempo workouts. Early on in the process, if you just establish a routine or you look for ways to just make it a little bit smoother and a little bit easier, that's gonna pay off big dividends in the long run. Don't get too fixated on the details of what workouts to do. This time of year, you don't need to be doing brutally hard workouts. Anything that feels like decently quality training that leaves you tired but not destroyed is probably going to be pretty good. I'll go into more workouts in the future, but try to set the bar low enough that you know that you can consistently execute on that every week. And as you keep doing it week after week, see if you can squeeze a little bit more quality out of the training that you're doing, or if you find that it's easy to do whatever that routine is, you could up the bar a little bit, add a little bit of volume, add a little bit of quality, but just establish a baseline that you know that you're not going to fall below a certain level of daily practice and weekly practice. So just to provide a few quick examples, I remember when I was first getting into running, there was just kind of embedded this structural system where every Monday through Saturday we had practice. We would just go out and go running. Some days were easier, some days were harder, but no matter what, unless you were sick or injured, you just were out training 6 days a week, and that's just what it was. The same thing is true with the high school teams that I work with. They just have, 4 days a week. They just go out and they train. Sure, sometimes people get sick, sometimes they have bike issues or whatever, so there are days that get missed. But without a doubt, the highest correlation between the athletes and the results that they get is their compliance with just showing up and just doing the work. And so establishing your routine that helps you to get the work done is far and away the most important thing that you can do early in a training program. So I would think about, there's a few ways that you could do it. You could think about the structure of each week. Just Tuesdays and Thursdays, try to get in at least 45 minutes. You can do that on your lunch break. You can do it before work. You can train for 45 minutes, shower, and be done within an hour, whether you're running or you're riding on a trainer. And then on the weekend, do one longer session and one medium session. So if you're riding, maybe you do a 3-hour ride one day and an hour and a half the other day. Or if you're fitter and have the capacity to do so, maybe you do 5 hours one day and 2 hours another day. Or you could take a less structured approach. One example of that would be just have a standard that you're going to train 3 days a week. It doesn't matter what days it is, doesn't matter exactly how long it is, but you just try to get done 3 days and 5 hours of training every week. Or maybe you try to get done at least 4 days and 7 hours of training each week. So that could be, 3 1-hour sessions and then one longer session on the weekend, or it could be a bunch of 2-hour sessions, whatever it is, as long as you're getting that done. If you have that as just a standard that you keep repeating over and over again throughout the training year, as long as you have a process in place that works for you and is iterable, that you can keep repeating it, you'll be setting yourself up for long-term success. So that's it for this one. Try to establish a good routine that works well for you, and just go out there and do your thing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.